Hey, I'm Eric O'Keefe. I'm here with Leanne O'Keefe Cox. And Leanne, man, in just a really short period of time, we're talking at the time recording, what, about 8 weeks, correct?
Yes.
Seen some incredible results there. And I was talking to her before we recorded and just kind of amazed at what she's seen. So I want to kind of get that info so I can share it with you guys who are watching this because it's pretty cool stuff. So, Leanne, thank you so much for taking the time to come on. I really do appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, so let's set the background. Let's kind of give everybody an idea where you were before you hopped on board here and kind of like what you were trying to overcome, what were you trying to change?
Okay. Well, my biggest issue was a lack of energy. Probably by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was needing to have a cup of coffee or something that I was just really falling asleep, actually, and just feeling low energy, low motivation, and not happy with the way I looked. And at the end of the month, I'm going to be 50 years old. So I started feeling like that was going to be where I was. But my better side told me, no, I've got to not give up at that and look for something that was going to help me get better. And that's how I found Diane.
Okay. Was it just kind of a buildup that had led to these things, just kind of like going through the run of the mill, like day to day stuff, or like kind of how did it get to that point?
Um, well, I'm a runner. So one of the things I really noticed at first is that for my long runs, I was just totally tanking. I'd have to walk quite a bit. The other ladies that I run with, I wasn't able to keep up with them anymore. Um, Less energy to go outside and play with my 9 year old.
Hmm.
Just, feeling very tired by the end of the day, irritable, not easy to deal with. Yeah.
Was there a moment where you're just like, I've had it, I've had enough, I need to make a change? Was there something like that, or was it a gradual just build up to that point?
It was a gradual buildup, but I think by the end of the year, knowing that early in 2017 I was going to be turning 50,
Hmm.
that's really, for me, that was like the breaking point. I have to do something about this.
Okay. And so you decided to pull the trigger, all right,
Hmm.
and you hopped on board. Were you nervous at all? Were you kind of like a little, anxious about, joining?
Absolutely, because it was for me the running's such a different environment than the idea of boot camps. In fact, when I run over by where the boot camps are, and I'd see people out there working out, and I thought, well, I'm not sure that this is a good environment for me. I was impressed at what they were doing, but I wasn't sure that it was going to be something that felt good for me to be involved in.
Okay. And once you got involved, did they make you feel warm? Did they make you feel comfortable, kind of alleviate some of those concerns that you were having?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Diane is very easy to talk to, um, very knowledgeable at what she does. So for me, a big thing when I first met her was just I could see how passionate she was about what she did, and then also how knowledgeable she was. So I felt very at ease that she was going to be able to help me make the changes
Mhm.
that I needed to make. And she has a running background as well. So I was very impressed with that.
Okay. And then the other people, the other members, were they welcoming? Did they accept you as a new person doing there?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, and it's interesting because it's a variety of different age groups. Most are 40 and over, and the differences in ages doesn't seem to really have too much of a difference as far as the way everybody gets along. Yeah, I really like everybody I've met thus far that's come from some of the other camps. They kind of blend and go different. They can go to different boot camps. So I've met a number of them, and everybody has just been wonderful and welcoming, and yeah,
And
just
it so
very.
it sounds like it's pretty close knit type of group.
It is, and it's kind of like a family environment because you've got several different kinds of personalities, but they come together really nicely, and you work together. And oftentimes the exercises that she has you do, you're teaming up with somebody else, so you get to kind of
Mm-hmm.
um, commiserate together, if you'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard work, and you're working hard, but you're also kind of joking around and having a good time. Yeah, it
Okay.
really is very great environment.
So it sounds too that you were talking about it's different age ranges, so that I'm guessing right different levels of experience, people coming in different issues.
Absolutely.
Is it okay for different people to come in? Like, is there a way that they can modify it so that anybody can work through things?
That is another really amazing thing that I've noticed. I do physical therapy for a living, so I have some knowledge of what she's doing with the folks that she's training. And what's incredible to me is you can have people last minute say, "Hey, I'm going to join you today," and Diane just modifies everything to make it work for everybody. She's really got it down to a science as far as, okay, you're going to drop to this and you're going to do, so very, yeah, absolutely, she can cater to just anybody at any level.
Mm.
And I don't see that anybody feels um, that they're being treated differently because they're not able to do what somebody that's in the more advanced group can do. And she does it in such a way where it's motivating to you to see what's to come, but where you are is just fine too.
Along with that
Yeah.
motivating push is it, right? You're training, you're working out.
Hmm.
It's some people find it enjoyable. Most people don't. But is there an element of fun being a part of this? Like, is that kind of part of this element?
Absolutely. I actually, I have a great time the whole
Mm.
time I'm there. I'm working hard. I'm huffing and puffing with some of the things she's having me do. And, but then at the end, there's just such a great feeling of accomplishment when you're finished. Um, yeah. And everybody's just, and like I said, it's a very nice environment. Everybody there wants to do it. That's why they're there. So that's incredible. And it's, it's just a nice environment.
Okay.
Everybody's there for the same reason,
Hmm.
kind of bond together.
Okay, so you've got this group, this support group, family type of group you talked about, right? You have fun with this. So speaking of fun, let's talk about the fun stuff for you. In the short time that you've been there, what results have you seen?
Well, I've seen incredible results. In 7 weeks' time, I was able to lose 10 pounds. I lost 11 and a half inches total, and I gained, like I said, a tremendous amount of energy. My posture has improved, which I know is something that I've been wanting to work on. And my diet um, has changed for the long term. I really believe. I mean, I thought initially it was going to be okay. I'll do the 6 weeks of the diet plan. As stated, I'm very good at following the directions, so that's another thing that makes it easy. You don't have to guess what you're supposed to eat. There are not choices to be made. It's all out for you. The
So you don't have to
plan,
think, right? It's
right?
just
The
kind of there.
recipes,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Mm.
and that would so for me that's been long term because I have noticed a change in my body where I just know that this is what I've needed to do for such a long time. Yeah.
Now, how about right now? You're talking about the diet. You're talking about the physical changes. What about different areas? Have you noticed energy levels or sleep patterns or things along those lines? Have you noticed any differences there?
Absolutely. My energy has been so tremendously different. I used to drink at least a cup of coffee in the morning just to get going and still probably felt maybe only mildly energized by that. Now I'm not even drinking coffee in the morning. Occasionally I'll let myself have a cup on the weekends or something, but I don't need that cup of coffee to feel like I'm ready to go. Uh, my energy has been incredible. I'm able to keep up with my 9-year old now,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
he's proud. I think there's a really wonderful positive role model feeling that I have, which is that I'm showing my son that I am being healthy. I'm sticking to my plan. I'm staying motivated, and he's seen the change in me. What I
Well,
look like, the way I act.
and so it's not just a benefit for you; it's actually benefiting the family as well.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
And so since the energy increases with this, how about the emotional side of things, right? You have more, a lot of times when you get tired, we get hangry, right? Hungry and angry.
Hmm.
Have you noticed that you're able to handle things a little bit better? Some stress things along those lines?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like I'm much slower to anger. I I just feel more calm. I feel
Mm-hmm.
more steady state instead of the ups and the downs,
Okay.
which is the way I was feeling before. Uh,
Okay. And so
yeah.
you've only been there, right? As we're talking, right, 7, 8 weeks at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Is that enough time to actually come out and say that this has been life changing for you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. For me, I think I noticed by about week 4, week 5 that this was going to be life changing. And then by the end, I kind of thought, okay, after the first 4 weeks, I thought, wow, maybe it's going to taper off from here. And I'm going to realize that, this was a short term gain, but it has been life changing. I still can't believe that it's been such a short period of time and I've seen the results that I've seen. And I'm so excited and motivated to keep going and just see how much better I can get even than where I am
Mm-hmm.
now.
Right. And so let's say that there's somebody who was feeling the same way you were, maybe just a couple months back, right? Just having some of the
Mhm.
very similar issues, and they're really impressed by the results that you've had in this short time. And there's like, okay, I want to sign up, but they're hesitating. They're not
Right.
sure. They're on the fence. What would you want to
Mhm.
say to that person?
I would just want to say, I don't know what their hesitation is, whether it's financial, time, motivation, any of those excuses that we're all going to throw out. But this is just something that you really need to do for yourself because for me, as I was saying, this has been life changing. I mean, this is all of this stuff that I was hoping to accomplish in doing something like this. And you've got the accountability, you've got online support for the group. Diane is amazing. You can text her, you can call her with questions. She's very easy to communicate with. She's tough on you, which is awesome. It's just, there's no reason not to do this.
Okay, very, very cool. Well, Leanne,
Mm.
thank you so much for taking the time to come
Sure.
on, talk about this. I think it's been amazing the results that you've seen in just a few short weeks. And I just want to wish you continued success moving forward.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks again. Have a good night.
Sure.